Well, hello everybody. It's Robert Randazzo from PMDG, coming to you through a slightly different communication medium than what you're probably used to. Our normal communication with you through the past 23 years has generally been through short forum posts in our PMDG customer forum or customer conversations, so this update's going to be a little bit different. First, I want to start off by welcoming you to our new YouTube channel. Over the years, a number of users have requested that we provide video updates to show what we're working on, but we've traditionally resisted that because it takes a lot of time to produce videos that really look good and show a product well, whether it's installing adequate scenery or environmental packs or finding the right lighting and scenery and locations. These things take a fair amount of time, and it's not always easy to find that time when you're running a small development company like ours. But a lot's changed over the past year, most notably the release of Microsoft Flight Simulator, developed by Microsoft and the Sobo Studios, and with the impending release of our first few products for this exciting new platform, we thought this might be the perfect time to start a PMDG YouTube channel through which to showcase what we're working on. I want to be clear that we're not making an entry into the streaming business. While we might do a live event under some unusual circumstances, there's already a tremendous amount of really talented folks doing live streaming of flight sim add-ons, and we really don't have any interest in joining them in that space. It's a lot of very, very hard work, and some of these folks, as you've seen, are just exceptionally good at it. And of course, we're good friends with a number of streamers, and if you happen to have seen how many times I've pranked Chewy on his stream in real time, you also might understand why I have no interest getting anywhere close to doing anything live. Because I'm sure Chewy and Frugal would probably be tripping over each other for an opportunity to mete out a little bit of payback. So our intent with this channel is to use it as a place to display for you what we're working on. For now, in the near future, I expect that'll primarily be products that we're going to be moving into Microsoft Flight Simulator. By now, most of you know about the release of that platform, and I'd bet most of you have used it or possibly even flying it regularly. So here we are. It's been a long road to get to the point where we're ready to start talking about a Microsoft Flight Simulator product line, but you've probably by now picked up on the metaphor of the sun rising over this beautiful vista, but I think that captures how all of us at PMDG feel about simming at the moment. Most of us have been at this for 20 plus years, and frankly, we've really never felt like the hobby was in as good a condition as it is in right now. So welcome to the new PMDG YouTube channel, and welcome to the showcase for our first new product for Microsoft Flight Simulator, the PMDG Douglas DC-6. In the days and weeks ahead, we're going to be publishing a series of tutorials through this channel. They're designed to give you a really in-depth look at just how magnificent this simulation is inside Microsoft Flight Simulator. In fact, I think it's probably fair to say that the new Microsoft Flight Simulator is absolutely the best platform yet for the kinds of products that PMDG makes. The tutorial program we have planned for you is really going to be pretty exciting. It's designed to break the phases of flight into pieces so that you can go right to the piece that maybe you want to learn. If you want to learn how to step climb the airplane, you can go right to that video, or if you want to learn how to do the engine run-up properly, you can go right to that instead. Initially, we'll be focused on using the automated flight engineer to try to help you make your flying easier, but we're also going to provide a series of advanced tutorials, so if you really want to learn about what it takes to manage large bore radial engines properly and how to fly with them properly, we're going to teach you that as well. Now it's worth pointing out, most of these tutorials will be published before the product releases in June, and we hope you'll use them to not only learn the airplane, but also to get a good look at what the product looks like in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Not only have we been able to completely rebuild the product from the ground up with new models and high-res textures and completely new sound system, but we've also had an opportunity to capitalize on some of the features of the new simulator that simply didn't exist on platforms with which we've worked in the past. So we're able to bring you a much more feature-rich simulation of a classic prop liner than we ever were able to do previously, which is sort of a nice segue to talk a little bit about some mythology that's developed in the marketplace that perhaps the platform's not ready for what PMDG produces, or that the SDK produced by Asobo isn't allowing us to proceed. And while those things might have been true a year ago, they're definitely not true now. In fact, we've been working very, very closely with our friends at Asobo, and honestly, the partnership that we've developed with them has been of tremendous value to us and to our product lines, and we hope we've provided some value to them as well in the feedback that we've given to them about their platform. Does this mean that the platform is absolutely perfect? Well, of course not. Most of us at PMDG have been making mods for some form of flight simulator or other since the mid-90s. In my case, I started my first mod back in 1992, and I've never worked on a platform that I would consider to be perfect. Each one has its real pluses and minuses. But in the case of Microsoft Flight Simulator, the real tremendous value that we see is the fact that we have conversations almost daily with one or more people at Asobo, and we're able to trade with them information about things we're running into that may not work properly, or are simply missing, or not working altogether. And after about a year and a half of this type of exchange, I don't recall at any point anyone at Asobo saying, hey, we're not going to do that. Even for very complex fixes, they'll come back and say, hey, we see this, we understand what you're trying to accomplish, and we're going to put this into the workflow to see if we can't bring it to you. It may not be as great as someone simply saying, yes, we'll do this right away for you, but keep in mind, every other product that we've ever designed was on a platform that was very, very hard to get developer support for. So this is just absolutely miles and miles ahead of where we normally find ourselves when we discover something in the simulator that doesn't work properly. So some of you are probably wondering what's going to be coming next in the release agenda. So we anticipate releasing the DC-6 during the month of June of 2021. Originally, we thought the 737 was going to be our first product release, but it got hung up early on some technical issues, and that's caused its development schedule to drag out a little bit. The good news is the shift in focus to the DC-6 has actually allowed the 737 to accelerate, and we're really looking at moving it forward on the release timeline now. I want to be a little careful about how we describe it, but definitely before the end of 2021. Most likely the best case would be right at the end of summer, so somewhere kind of in that window. After that, we've got the 747 and the 777 coming. We have not determined which order yet. It really depends on how smoothly those development cycles go. And there's been some request for the Jetstream 41, but we haven't yet made a decision if that one will make the transition or not. So to wrap up, I just want to offer a sincere thanks to all of you for the support you've given to our products over the years. We're really excited about what's coming. This new platform that we're working with just absolutely is visually stunning. It gives us a great opportunity to do some things we've really never been able to do before, and it's nice to finally be working with a really true modern platform. So we hope you'll enjoy the tutorials that we'll be publishing for you, and along with the rest of the content that we plan to publish here. As always, come see us over in the PMDG forum. We'd love to engage with you there. But for now, be well, fly safely, look after one another, and we'll talk to you real soon.